So how did London survive a devastating plague and fire in the same year?
Oh, I love you more than words can say.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's your boy again, Shady, the one and only. And today, guys, we're back. Okay, guys, we're back. Today, we're going to check out England's megacity, the Empire capital. Okay, the best capital in the world, from what a lot of people have said. Okay, and then yeah, let's check this out. But before we start, guys, we should smash like, subscribe, give me some love, and let's jump into this. Yeah, we're bringing it down to London. Okay, first of all, I'm going to subscribe and like.
The world's largest city, until 1925, is now a mature, well-planned metropolis with a population of 13.7 million.
I am not going to lie, this city is actually very beautiful. Yeah, even though they've got the slums, but it is beautiful.
It's a highly admired place and is consistently ranked as a top 3 most visited destination on the planet,
Capital of the
making
world.
its airspace the busiest on Earth.
Wow.
As the largest urban economy in Europe, with the greatest concentration of top-class universities, it has hosted the Summer Olympics a record 3 times. It has something for everyone, whether you're after luxury, the world's most 5-star hotels, nature, the world's largest urban forest in a city.
When I think of London, yeah, I never ever think of like nature, yeah, but actually there are forests. There's the Epping Forest. Wait, let's take that back again.
World's most 5-star hotels, nature, the world's largest urban forest in a city with more than 40% green space, sports, the world's highest total stadium capacity, or entertainment, the world's biggest theater audience. But while the high life continues for many, this city has seen its share of tough times. This is London, the Empire City.
Wow.
Londinium was founded in 43 AD along the River Thames as a gateway for goods and people entering Britannia from every corner of the Roman Empire. A walled city covering roughly 1.5 square kilometers, Roman London reached a population of 60,000 in the 2nd century. But
Imagine from 60,000 to 13 million.
The empire soon came under severe crisis, and by the 4th century, Londinium was completely abandoned. After 700 years, what was now called London had recovered to become the largest town in England. The construction of Westminster Abbey in the 11th century ensured its place as the heart of the country. Since then, the Abbey has hosted every coronation of an English or British monarch. Its most recent royal wedding was Prince William to Catherine Middleton, and last month, the state funeral of Elizabeth II took place at the Abbey.
May she rest in peace.
Sitting alongside is the Palace of Westminster,
Tower Clock,
home to the government
Big
of the
Ben.
United Kingdom with its 2 houses of Parliament. Westminster lies just southwest of the City of London, a ceremonial district that covers a bit more than a square mile. It constituted most of settled London through the Middle Ages and is today one of the world's most important financial centers. The Royal Exchange, seen here with work being done to its facade, was the center of London commerce. Originally opened by Queen Elizabeth I, royal heralds still shout the news of historic events from its steps, like the dissolution of Parliament and the start of a new monarch's reign.
3 cheers for His Majesty the King. Hip hip, hooray!
Just outside the city's borders is the Tower of London. Originally a castle built by King William the Conqueror, it has served as a grand royal palace, a prison, a treasury, a menagerie, the Royal Mint, a public record office, and the home of the crown jewels of England. In the 1660s it was an armory, during the most destructive event in London's history. Still reeling from the Great Plague that year that had killed 100,000 people, nearly a quarter of its population, Londoners awoke on the morning of September 2nd, 1666, to high winds and smoke. Over 4 days, most of the medieval city was destroyed by a raging fire.
How did the fire even start? Like a raging fire just destroyed the city. That is some craziness, bro.
The Tower of London garrison used gunpowder to create effective fire breaks that stopped the fire's spread to the east. Although there's never been an official death toll, several thousand were likely killed, and thousands of buildings were reduced to ash, including over 13,000 homes, 90 churches, and St. Paul's Cathedral. In the aftermath, many architects submitted plans reimagining grand boulevards along a grid system that would become popular in urban America. But the businessmen of the city were eager to rebuild and mostly stuck to the old street plan, although they widened some streets and built with brick and stone rather than flammable wood. Even without an extensive redesign, the cost of the rebuild forced the City of London Corporation into default, and forced thousands of its newly homeless residents to resettle in the countryside.
Waking up one day to see your house is destroyed, that's if you didn't get burned in the fire. That's really sad. Just one day your house just gets burned, just like that, just get burned. Yeah, lucky if you survived. Like, that is so crazy, man. Like, London has been through a lot, actually.
With a little push from King Charles II, who feared they might revolt. So how did London survive a devastating plague and fire in the same year? The simplest explanation is that the culture of the city at this time was historically dynamic, cultivating ingenuity in every aspect of society. London's population had recently exploded leading up to the Great Plague and Fire, growing from 50,000 to 500,000.
Wow.
As
so
the main
steep.
port in the North Sea, its ships were taking full advantage of new trading opportunities in the Americas and Asia. And one new commodity they brought back gave Londoners a huge jolt.
Okay.
Coffee.
Coffee.
The foreign brew was served in houses that became meeting places to catch up on and debate the news of the day. Soon, houses catered to particular trades like craftsmen, writers, and explorers. The free exchange of ideas they encouraged gave rise to the UK's National Academy of Sciences, whose members included the coffeehouse-addicted Robert Hooke, the great Isaac Newton, chemist Robert Boyle, philosopher John Locke, and prolific architect Christopher Wren. Coffeehouse culture also fueled the world's first great capitalist economy.
So that's how the coffeehouse culture started.
Edward Lloyd's house specialized in obtaining the most reliable shipping news. A waiter there would read out the latest bulletins, then pin them to a wall, attracting long-distance traders eager to make deals on site. Today, Lloyd's has evolved into the world's main insurance market.
Yeah, Lloyd's. I know about this Lloyd's. Yeah, they call it the inside out building because it looks like a factory, but it's actually an insurance broker. Like, I've seen this building, I was like, what's this? It looks so weird, but that is the Lloyd's.
An unseen but vital engine in the globalized economy, where brokers and underwriters can still meet face-to-face to form the trust necessary to close deals that are too risky or unique for any other market. This culture also established in 1694 the Bank of England, creating a publicly financed national debt, an innovation that positioned Britain as a global superpower and its capital as the world's most important city of the 1700s.
Wow.
London's wealth allowed it to finance the most powerful navy the world had ever seen. The memorial column at Trafalgar Square commemorates the victory that cemented Britain's superiority on the high seas. The battle saw an outnumbered Admiral Horatio Nelson bravely sacrifice his life while leading his warships into the heart of the combined Spanish and French fleets, decimating them without losing a single British vessel.
Wow.
The victory ended any hope European conquerors like Napoleon had for invading Britain by sea, and set the stage for a peacetime boom.
The British, though, I know, when it comes to strategies, when it comes to great analytical thinking, they are very brilliant minds. Very brilliant minds. Look at how the whole world speaks English.
Propelled by inventions like the electric motor by London's Michael Faraday, the Industrial Revolution brought rapid urbanization and growth, and by 1831, London was the largest city in the world.
Wow.
It was also filthy. The Thames was an open...
It was the largest city in the whole world, but it was also filthy. Yo, he had to put that in one sentence.
Revolution brought rapid urbanization and growth, and by 1831, London was the largest city in the world. It was also filthy. The Thames was an open sewer, capturing the waste of 3 million people.
Wait, the Thames was an open sewer. I never ever knew that. Was it? Whoa.
The stink and cholera it produced was unbearable. Chief Civil Engineer Joseph Bazalgette was put in charge of creating a modern sewer system, an innovative mega-project involving hundreds of miles of brick and cement tunnels, combined with several pumping stations, to move the sewage a few miles downriver and release it safely away from London. Another engineering marvel at this time was the underground.
Wow.
Through trial and error over 20 grueling years, project mastermind John Fowler's team perfected the technique of cut and cover, completing the Metropolitan line in 1863. It was both the world's first subterranean and rapid railway system. Today, it is the third longest metro system on Earth, and is still growing. The 19 billion pound Elizabeth line was inaugurated this May, completing a phase that was the biggest construction project in all of Europe.
19 billion.
The quality of transportation available to Londoners, including their roads and stagecoach service, allowed them to settle and commute farther from the city centre. With the population passing 6 million in the 1800s, middle-class workers were looking for homes with a modest garden. So developers built sprawling tracts in the outskirts, including the Beacon Tree Estate in Dagenham. With more than 25,000 semi-detached dwellings, it was the largest housing development in the world. It seems suburbia began in Britain, foreshadowing the sprawl that was to come to places like Los Angeles. As London swallowed up more and more of the surrounding countryside, authorities contained it by reserving wide swaths of land for a green belt 7 to 10 miles deep around its built-up area. This so-called girdle could only be left wild, turned into parks, or used for agriculture, an idea sold to Londoners as guaranteeing their access to recreation. The citizens of Britain's other cities wanted access to clean air and nature too, and soon were adopting green belts of their own.
Okay, that makes so much sense now. So all of this was planned, so it wasn't random. Whoa. Oh my days.
1941, after Hitler's Air Force bombed London for 8 months, killing more than 30,000, many buildings were destroyed. However, with the green belt restricting development, the cost of the land available to build on rose, a trend that has continued until today, when 70% of the cost of a new building is now the purchase of the land, compared to just 25% in the 1950s.
Whoa.
This has contributed to a severe shortage of affordable housing, and sparked a much-needed conversation about how to more wisely use London's precious public lands in ways that actually benefit the general public. Another post-war development was an increase in immigration to London from the British Commonwealth countries of India, Jamaica, and Pakistan. Today, more than 4 million Londoners are foreign-born.
That is so true. Even right now, the Prime Minister of the UK is Indian, okay, but he was born in London, I think. He was born in the UK, but that's to show you how immigration has played a very big part of London.
The fourth largest immigrant community in the world after New York, LA, and Paris. But drawing so many new arrivals has contributed to London's housing crunch, and the megacity now has the highest real estate prices in Europe. So developers try to stack more square footage on each plot of land, making buildings taller and changing London's notoriously low-slung skyline.
That's true. Like London skyline is really low, but recently, like, there are so many skyscrapers coming in, so many being built. Very soon it's going to become like New York.
It's a notoriously low-slung skyline. The financial districts are home to most of the 103 buildings taller than 100 meters, the second most skyscrapers in Europe, behind Moscow. As a picturesque riverine city with layers of historic architecture, gorgeous greenscapes, an economy that hums along as the capital of one of the world's most stable democracies, it's no wonder why people and their money are drawn to London. However, the twin challenges of assimilating millions of foreigners and adapting to the rising cost of living, especially for those outside the capital.
This city indeed is very beautiful, man. Now, it is beautiful. Yeah, people don't really talk about this. People only talk about, oh, go to London, go shopping. but London has got the scenery as well.
Helped sway a majority of British voters to leave the European Union in the summer of 2016, a decision that continues to challenge the churn of occupants at 10 Downing Street, the Prime Minister's residence. Just across from St. James Park is Buckingham Palace, official residence of the head of state of the United Kingdom, the newly crowned King Charles III. While both Brexit and the role of a monarch in a modern society pose internal political challenges for the entire country, London is also grappling with the wicked problem facing the entire world: climate change.
Yes.
During the record heat wave this July that saw temperatures reach 40.2 Celsius or 104.4 Fahrenheit at
That
Heathrow
was
Airport,
insane.
numerous parts of London were again ablaze. To the east, the steadily rising sea presents an enormous flood risk to an estimated £200 billion worth of property along the Thames, a tidal river. To protect the city, an impressive 520-meter retractable barrier was built in 1984, a structure the Environmental Agency believes should last, with slight modifications, until 2070, a testament to the foresight of its design and engineering team. Water also presents another challenge. While London is sometimes perceived as consistently socked in by fog and gray skies, it actually receives just half the rainfall of New York City, despite a significantly more northern latitude. It even gets less rain than the fairly dry cities of Rome, Lisbon, and Sydney.
It rains all the time in London. Like, it's always raining. So you're telling me that all the rain that's been falling, it still doesn't have enough rain?
The problem is that the western half of southern England catches most of the rain systems from the Atlantic, receiving about 4 times the precipitation as the eastern half. As things continue to get drier and more unpredictable, hydrologists warn that London, on the eastern, dry side, may begin having water supply problems by 2050. So a debate is ongoing about whether to submerge a swath of Oxfordshire on the Thames to create a reservoir to store water for the megacity. But although London faced...
What? You want to sacrifice one of your cities for what?
So a debate is ongoing about whether to submerge a swath of Oxfordshire on the Thames to create a reservoir to store water for the megacity. But although London faces a few challenges from forces beyond its control, solving them seems relatively straightforward. And looking ahead, London's position, well away from the coast, on a temperate island with no active volcanoes, is one of the most advantageous locations for any major city in history, which should allow it to continue as a top global city well into the 2100s.
Wow.
If you enjoyed this episode, check out my look at Jakarta, Indonesia's megacity, whose citizens face a far less certain future. And next up is Tehran, the capital of Iran.
Wow, amazing video, well done. So much information, so many things that I didn't know, even though I love London with all of my heart. Okay, I didn't know a lot of things that he's talked about here. Yeah, I just learned a few things about that building called Lloyd's. When people think of London, like, we never think about the whole greenery, the whole green space. We don't think about the nature in London. We only think about the buildings. All right, we think about the history, and also people say, oh, let's go to London for shopping. But to be honest, London is very beautiful. London actually has some nature as well. Like, I've never actually put my mind to think about it, and I never thought that, you know what, let's explore London. I think it's about time we need to explore London and actually see what London has to offer, rather than always saying, oh, I'm going to travel to this country, I'm going to travel to this country. I never think about London and how London was built. Like I said, the British are very clever. I mean, it seems like a lot of people say that London is a random city, like a lot of randomness came together and then somehow it fits perfectly well. I'm like, yeah, is that so? But nah, from this video, like, the information is just incredible. Okay, there are some masterminds behind London. There are some brains behind London that have built it this way, that have designed it this way. Look at the underground, how they designed it. Look at how it's so well connected, and also how London preserves its history. All right, with the monarchs as well. That is something beautiful. I know people are saying, oh, the monarchy is outdated, scrap it. But Londoners or British people have a way of doing things so differently that makes the place so appealing. And I want to say, just keep on doing it, okay? Just keep on doing it. Right now, I'm on that explorative period in my life where I want to explore. I'm not even sure that is correct English, but I want to explore. Okay, and I'm glad I came across this video to see England's megacity, London. And yeah, I'm just so interested to see a lot. Like, look at the Tower Bridge, that bridge that opens up. Then we've got the London Bridge, and the skyline of London right now is just looking immaculate. I'm not even gonna lie. But something he said though, something he said that made me laugh here before I finish up this video. He said, it was in 1661 or when he said London became the largest capital in the world. Yeah, but it was filthy. How could he say that all in one line? How? Anyways, be your boy Shady, one and only, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video like I did. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, so it's gonna be a peace out.
Oh, and I promise not to leave.